We want to head now to James Pierre. He is a journalist with Haitian radio and television. He's been in touch with people on the ground in Haiti, and now he is joining us live from Miami. Nice to see you. So I first want to check in with you. We spoke with you yesterday, but I'd like to get an update, what you're hearing from people on the ground as the death toll rises. We have more information. Pictures are coming out of Haiti. Is everyone you know okay? And what are people on the ground telling you about the moments the ground started shaking?
That's right. Tonight, we are hearing that thousands of families in Haiti and also here in the United States, Haitian families are grieving when we know that Haiti's Civil Protection Office announced that they have thousands of people being killed by the earthquake that struck Haiti, particularly the southwestern part of Haiti. Now we have a tropical storm, Grace, that start making its way to Haiti. I've been learning that there are parts of Haiti that are start seeing rain already. Remember that we have at least 3,000 houses wiped out, and also another 5,000 to 7,000 buildings collapse. They still believe that they have survivors under the rubble while they are still trying to make a way out. The United States just sent now a delegation, a group to help in the rescue mission. But I spoke with some doctors in Jérémie, a particular city, very beautiful, but now dealing with the earthquake. The doctor told me that they are overwhelmed, and the capacity, the nurses, the doctors are working on the clock trying to save patients, but they need help. They are desperately in need of help, especially to evacuate some of the patients to the capital. From Port-au-Prince to Jérémie, you need, if you're driving, it's about 10 hours, but if you take an airplane or helicopter, it's probably 30, 45 minutes, and they don't have that help.
And the situation's so desperate and dire right now. The Prime Minister is urging Haitians to band together. Are you concerned about violence breaking out, particularly after the assassination of the president, when the political leadership is in question?
And that problem is still not unsolved. You have groups in Haiti that are still demanding justice for the president. It's still a fresh issue. But now the Prime Minister is urging everybody to concentrate more on the devastation, particularly in the southwestern part of Haiti. Prime Minister Ariel Henry, that is questioning now, telling everybody that the major issue that they are dealing with right now is medical help that they need for the population that are suffering right now. Remember, we have kids on the streets, we have elders, they don't have the help that they need. And that's another major issue that they are dealing with right now.
Yeah, and where are people finding shelter? Because we know there are aftershocks that are continuing. You mentioned that it's starting to rain now. The buildings have collapsed. I know that the transportation is a major issue with roads being washed out and inaccessible. Where are people actually sheltering in place? And this is among the COVID pandemic when people aren't vaccinated either.
That's right. You have people suffering right here on the streets, people not vaccinated right here on the streets. They don't have a place to go. There's no proper shelter, especially when we talk about Campirin, when we talking about other cities like Jérémie or Akin, for example. These people, they are right here on the streets expecting now the rain or expecting a place where they can go to, probably a neighbor's. Remember, these houses as well are damaged. They don't want to stay there. They want to stay on the streets and face the uncertainty.
How are people preparing for the tropical storm, or is there anything they can even do? Are they just waiting for it to come?
A few years ago, I covered the tropical storm Matthew in Haiti, and especially in Jérémie, what we are talking about now. They were not prepared, and I don't think that today they are prepared for that. When we have lack of infrastructure in many of these areas, when we have lack of health care in those areas, it's just the uncertainty, and we are fear that many more people will, on the long run, get sick, not only from the earthquake mentally, but now being sick from the rain or from the sun.
Yeah, it's a very sad situation. James Pierre, thank you as always for providing your insight. We appreciate having you tonight. The Red Cross is on the ground in Haiti helping with first aid and search and rescue operations. The organization has several ways you can help with disaster relief. You can go to redcross.org or text Red Cross to 90999 to donate $10 to the cause.